All right, guys, so are your sprinkler controllers maybe outdated? Is it one of those ones where you can only do, certain functionalities, maybe even days, odd days, your scheduling is kind of limited. It's kind of outdated, all right? Maybe you're looking for something new. Well, I use the ImoLaza system and I absolutely do love it. There are so many different functionalities and great features to the ImoLaza system that I can't say enough good things, honestly, about it. ImoLaza did reach out to me and asked me if I'd be willing to do a review of their Ultra system, and I absolutely said yes. I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the new one and see what's kind of different about it, but I wanted to go ahead and get a new one uploaded and see some cool features and obviously get a new system installed into my house. So, the great things about the ImoLaza system as they are and how I use them is they have their ET feature, which is able to connect into all of the weather stations in the area, which is great because when you have storms come in or you have some crazy weather come in, the system can know how to adjust your sprinkler system to what you need. I think that's a great feature that, a lot of these, systems don't have. A lot of them don't have the ability to tap into weather stations. You need a rain sensor. You need all these extra add-ons. With the ImoLaza system, you don't need a rain sensor. It taps into your weather station. It knows how much rain your area got in the last 24 hours and it can shut off your sprinkler system so you're not using, excess water. Also, you're not paying for it. So you don't have to pay for that excess water. For those of you who are in drought conditions, you can only use so much water at a time, or you're paying, you have very expensive irrigation. This system is absolutely going to help you in the long run, save some money and really, bear down on what you're trying to achieve on your lawn. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna unbox the new Ultra system for my house. And then I'll show you guys, the install real quick and then kind of go over some of the cool key features of this system. All right, so let's jump right on over. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go over the ImoLaza Ultra system right here on my lawn because it is shaded, it's nice and cool. I don't have to be in the garage, it's a little hot in there. So, right off the bat, you have your remote control, you have your smart weather genius, which I was kind of explaining earlier. Water's, it does help you save water and it has a fault detection, which I think is really cool. I don't think my current system has a fault detection. If it does, I haven't had any faults for it to really kind of notify me, but we'll go over that later on. So opening up the box here, we'll take a look what's inside. So here's the new ImoLaza system. So as you can see from here, this one is set up to be indoor and outdoor. So obviously really cool that ImoLaza did an indoor outdoor setup. With the current system that I had, you had to buy a separate box to go ahead and install around the system to go ahead and put it exteriorly. So for us now, this is all internal, everything's here for us. So we can utilize this inside, outside if you want, no extra, parts or pieces needed. It's all in one. Obviously, since it's exterior, it also comes with a set of keys here. So if you have it outside, you can lock this up, nobody can get to your box, steal anything or change any of your settings, anything like that. So you're well safe and protected here with your box outside. All right, so now looking at the box, it looks and resembles a lot of the current system that I have as far as the lights and all that. This one here though is 12 zones. My current one is 8 zones. They did give me a little bit extra. They didn't have an 8 zone set up right now, so we have the 12 zone, which is great. If I wanted to go ahead and add a bunch of more zones onto my yard, I'm gonna have the freedom to do so. So I believe this comes in 4, 8, and 12 zone setups. You can take a look online. This one here, again, 12, which is probably more than enough for any house. I do love that on the side over here, it does have all the zones listed, so you can actually write in which zone is what on your system box in case, maybe you sell the house or whatever one day and you need to tell someone else what zone is what. So it's already there for you. So you want to go ahead and do your wiring. You go ahead and open up the box down here. You just see all your wires right in here in the box. You have your power cord, you have your power adapter, you have some wall anchor mounts and some zip ties in here to keep everything clean. So this should be pretty easy to set up. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go quickly install this and then we'll go over some of the cool features that the ImoLaza has and maybe why it's a good fit for you. So the new ImoLaza system has surge protection, and this feature effectively protects the equipment from lightning strikes and over voltage conditions. And they built in a milliamp sensor automatically detecting amperage abnormalities and allowing you to troubleshoot and fix issues before they affect the irrigation system. With the ImoLaza system, it is able to seamlessly pick back up if you were to lose power. I think that is a great feature. So what that means is if you were to possibly lose power to your house, once the power is restored, it automatically automatically can pick back up the time, the clock, all that good stuff. No need for you to jump back into the app, restore any of the settings, restore any of the schedules, or pick up the time again. It automatically picks that up for you. And of course, this system can connect to your Alexa or your Google Home. All you have to do is give it the voice command to go ahead and water the lawn, and boom, there it goes. All right, so now that our system is fully hooked up, everything is good to go, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open up our ImoLaza app. So very easy, you can go ahead and download the ImoLaza app from your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store. Very easy to go ahead and get. I already have mine, obviously, because I already have the ImoLaza system. So once you have that ImoLaza app up, you can go ahead and bring it open. And so as you can see from mine, it says my controller's offline, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit this little plus button in the top right corner, and we're gonna add Bluetooth access, and we're gonna see here that it has a new system that I can recognize from Bluetooth. So now it's fetching that device. We're just gonna call this one controller, and it's gonna ask for our Wi-Fi. So now it's adding the controller to our account. Very easy for us to go ahead and do this entire process. This is one of the simplest processes I've ever had to do when it comes down to adding things to my Wi-Fi for the lawn and all that good stuff. So device has been successfully added. We're gonna go ahead and add our address in here so that way we can go ahead and get our weather station. So we're gonna go ahead and locate. You're gonna put your address in here, and then you're gonna go ahead and use the closest weather station to you, so that way you can get the most accurate weather information for your yard. All right, so then once you go ahead and your address successfully added, you go ahead and set up your zones. So we're gonna go ahead and get our zones going. So my first zone outside is my main lawn there, so we're gonna go ahead and hit next here, and we're gonna test the zone, make sure that it all pops up here. And it turns on over here. So as you guys can see, the sprinkler system does turn on. Everything's operating just fine. So that's zone 1, and we'll go ahead and hit next. So what's great about this is the ImoLaza system does recognize different types of features or different types of lawns and different issues. So once you go ahead and set up your type of grass, you go ahead and fix out the type of sprinkler line you have. You can have sprinklers, misters, emitters, drip lines, bubblers, rotaries, gear drivens, and then you have others. So for us, we have the rotaries, so we're gonna go ahead and put those in, and then you can also break it down by the type of soil that you have. So for here, we have a nice loamy sand, I would say, is probably what we have here. It's definitely a really nice fine soil, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then this lawn here gets a lot of sun, so it gets especially in the afternoon, it gets all of the sun. So we're gonna have this one set up for a lot of sun. And then of course you can set up the slope type of the lawn. So there is a very little slope on this lawn, so we're gonna do 0 to 3. And then the lawn is measured out about 500 square feet here, which is already kind of in there. And then you can do your allowed depletion. So this allows, basically what this does is it sets up the lawn to know, or the system to know, how much water you want to evaporate out of your lawn before it goes ahead and waters again. So I'm gonna do 50%, I'm gonna let it sit up there, and there you can see set up successfully. So we're gonna do that through all of our lawns right now. I'm not gonna show you guys all of those, but that is how you set up all of your lawns. You can do drip lines, all of that. So really cool features to go ahead and get your lawn looking really good. So I'm gonna set mine up real quick, and then we'll be right back. All right guys, and then that's pretty much it. That's as easy as it is to go ahead and get the system installed and set up. Honestly, I love everything about this system and how easy it is to go ahead and just really kind of plug and play with this. I know it kind of is intimidating at first to go ahead and change out your system, but ultimately, if you are looking to save money, really save money, and it's in this economy, on your watering, this system is going to do that. It's going to save you money because it's only going to water when you need it, not a fixed schedule where you're doing every other day or every 3 days. It's only going to do it when you absolutely need it, and that I think is pivotal to saving you money in the long run, especially for those of you in drought states, water cutbacks, all that stuff. The system is designed to save you money. So, it is a little expensive up front, but at the end of the day, I guarantee you it's going to pay for itself in no time, all right? My favorite feature, I think, is the ET technology, where the system really does go out and it picks out all the information from your weather stations, and it really does pinpoint how much water it needs to put down, if it needs to go ahead and skip that day, if you have a very windy day, it can go ahead and skip. All these great features that the system really does provide to create a really good environment. And with the new lawn schedule, it allows you to water multiple times a day for short periods to really help that new lawn establish, stay healthy and good. I really do like that. Because, with my old system that I had before I got the ImoLaza, I'd have to come down and do a manual, I'd have to manually click it to go ahead and get my system to run. So when you had a new lawn, it was irritating because, you can't leave the house really until that lawn germinates. And with this system, it allowed me to be able to just set it, forget it. I was good to go, no problem, all right? Now with this one too, this one will tell you, this ImoLaza system will tell you if you have problems in your lines, all right? If you have a broken solenoid, it will send you an email saying one of your solenoids are broken. If you have a busted pipe, it can recognize that one of your pipes are busted. That is amazing because that can tell you right off the bat that there is a problem with your system in place. You can go ahead and get it fixed, save money, save time, all of the good stuff, all right? Oftentimes for me, I'm watering my lawn at 4, 5 in the morning. I can't tell if something's broken. I can't tell if I have a busted pipe. The system here will notify me that I have a busted pipe, or maybe my solenoids are out of date and they're not closing or they're not operating properly. That, I think, is absolutely amazing to be able to notify me that my system is having problems, all right, and I can go out and go ahead and get them corrected. So really, really cool features that ImoLaza has put in place to go ahead and, make sure that you are getting the best out of this entire system. All right, guys, so that is the ImoLaza system. All the great features that I love already there. A little bit of extra, some new stuff on this new Ultra system. Absolutely think it's a great deal to go ahead and save yourself money, save yourself water, and really, make sure that your lawn is getting all the care that it needs throughout the season. It's going to be a wonderful addition to your homes if you do not have it. If you guys are thinking about getting a new controller, definitely cannot recommend this one enough. So that's all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna head over to the shade because it is freaking hot. And yeah, if you guys are looking for a new sprinkler controller, definitely suggest the ImoLaza. I mean, it has so many great features to go ahead and make sure that, your system in place is taken care of, your lawn is taken care of, you're saving money, you're saving water, all the good things that you're looking for in a sprinkler controller. So I absolutely do recommend this one. I will leave a link in the description below of the Ultra and the old controller that I had. A little less features, but I think ultimately, both of them are absolutely amazing. You cannot go wrong with the ImoLaza system when you want to go ahead and get a really nice controller in place. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, you guys know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button. And as always, guys, go out there, make it a great day, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.